Cool, so we can shit on them, but shorty generous. She wanna pack her little friends inside the 4-door. Looking at the ass, cause you the shit, but shorty in her own class on her. She know how I'm coming by her. In the height of slavery, I probably slapped the shit out of one of them little white boys. They ever tried to play with her. Probably lose my life, but shit, I proudly take their love. Simply cause I live for you. I love you like one of my kind, let it cake. You know I care for you. Think I'm funny, anything to put a smile on you, shorty. Shorty such a queen, she got me singing Elvis like the king. I can't help falling in love with something like that. My lonely heart goes. Alright, what's going on, y'all? I go by the name of 5, and y'all know I'm back with another banger for you. I've been reading all of the comments. Yes, the Sundowning album reaction is done. Yes, it'll be coming out right after this, so I make sure you take some time to get ready, get excited. Make sure you set some time aside so you can sit and relax and listen to the album with me. It was a really good reaction. I got to break down some good topics and give more of a firm understanding. So I hope y'all excited. As y'all know, it's been up on our Patreon for about a week now, and I got some more exciting stuff. So first off, make sure you scan this QR code right here. Shout out to all of our patrons for your continued support. As you know, today we're going to be doing the EPs 1 and 2, but there's a trick to it. I saw a lot of comments where people were saying they would want me to listen to the deluxe songs that were on the Sundowning, or listen to these EPs to get kind of a deeper understanding of the lore and where they started as a band. Apparently, it delves more into the interaction of meeting the deity's sleep and etc. You guys know the story. I'm not telling you anything new. But if you scan this QR code, I got some exciting new surprises up there. The bonus tracks that were on the Sundowning Deluxe, all of the ones in the room below, they're up on the Patreon right now, so make sure y'all go check that out. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Destroy this video. Get us at least, if we can get at least 750 likes on this video, I'll drop all of the deluxe songs from the Sundowning on YouTube. And also on top of that, I'm dropping 1 here for you guys right now as you're watching, but 2 is up on our Patreon as well. I want to start to build some traction and help build a bigger family over that side. We appreciate all of the support that continues to grow on that side, because it gives us more of an opportunity to make more quality content. So if you're excited to see the Sundowning Deluxe and the EP 2, make sure you scan this QR code over here and show love to this video. I appreciate that. So I'm not going to talk too much. Today we're listening to Thread the Needle, Fields of Elation, and When the Bough Breaks. Let's get right into it. Maybe? Okay. Bury me inside. Come on. So this song is already given the energy of this is in that realm, or being in that dream where he met that deity. This is giving a vibe of like a conversation that's happening amongst them. Let me know down in the comments, was this the introduction, like the very first time where he spoke from the perspective of what it was like to be in that space where he was like getting I talked about this on the Sundowning, but it's just the start in the experience of when he got to really get to know this deity and pledge his loyalty. Might be kind of a weird way to say it, but y'all get what I'm going for. But let me know down in the comments if I'm processing that correctly. it a transition here? I guess not. It's just a long period of silence. But what I really do love about that is I like the fact that not only is it giving the energy of this is their first interaction, but I like the fact that it's playing on the metaphors of being in a new space of finding a sense of clarity. Let me look back through it. I like the fact that it's speaking from a place of finding new clarity and new circumstance. It gives the vibe of like a rebirth. It gives the vibe of like a new sense of meaning. I like the fact that he uses lyrics like saying, you turn the lights down, come on and find out. If this is like a dream world where he meets a deity that gives him new purpose and new hope, new faith and possibilities, because it might be kind of a cheat sheet now that I've heard the Sundowning, but knowing a little bit about some of the circumstances that he dealt with and some of the demons that he battles, his issues with identifying with love and being able to accept it and give it to other people on a grand scale. I feel like this kind of comes from a place of him going through a life of anguish and coming to a place of meeting this new deity, meeting this new understanding, finding new purpose. It's like somebody finding faith. I like when he says, you turn the lights down, come on and find out. Something to confide in, something to erase. I like the fact that it can be read as a metaphor for the fact that, you know, if I am in a dream world and this is a place where I find my epiphany, I like the fact that he uses the metaphor of lights being turned down, you being asleep, the lights being knocked out. Me coming into a new space and finding a new sense of courage, a new sense of understanding, finding something that I can have faith in and being able to erase things that are past that held me back from being able to excel at the scale that I want to, whether that be with his music or whether that be with the girl that he's talking about in the Sundowning. Because from how he explains it, he never received or knew how to take in love. So it was impossible to thrive inside of it. So I like the fact that this is a song that it doesn't come off as like creepy. It comes off as a fact of the same way believing in God or somebody believes in Allah or somebody believes in Buddha, whatever it may be. I always say to people, I will never talk down on something that brings somebody comfort. Even if you don't believe or you don't have the same faith in something as somebody else, if it brings you peace and you're not hurting somebody, if it's something on a positive scale, life is hard enough to endure. That's why people get high. That's why people drink. That's why people do anything to numb the circumstances surrounding them that they feel like they're drowning in. They rather drown inside of a bottle. But if you can find something that brings you the courage to keep on living on the days where you feel like you don't want to anymore, who am I to tell you that it doesn't make sense? If it makes sense to you and you're using it to spread a positive message, I have no issue with it. And that's the energy that this song gives me. It just comes from a place of having like an epiphany and finding a new courage, a new understanding of your abilities and what you can do in this life. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So let me know, comment down below and let me know if I'm on point or if I'm tripping. But the next song is called 5's of Elation. like that right there. This is a dope song. Something that I did want to tie into between Thread the Needle and this. I like the fact that the instrumental breaks kind of feel like the score that would play in a movie that was taking place inside of a dream or taking place on another planet or exploring like a vast world of emptiness where you know what I'm saying? Like a adventurous type of sound. I like the fact that the instrumental breaks even play into its own metaphor. I like the fact that it all draws into a common theme that brings you into like an experience. It's one of those things where it submerges you inside the POV of Vessel and what it was like being in this place. The music seems like that representation and the lyrics are in addition on top of that. I think it's like a full circle movie. It's something you could see even with just hearing the music, if that makes sense. But what I really do like about this one specifically is, and I mean, you know, you guys can draw your own conclusions, but this kind of just seems like he's coming from a place of, the last lyrics kind of gave it to me. I'm losing my faith in our lives apart. Speaking from the position of this solely being like the experience of being introduced to sleep, this seems like now that he's found a sense of purpose and a sense of peace inside of this new deity, this new faith that he found, he's finding it hard to thrive being apart from this thing. Like being in a position where you find new faith that brings you comfort, you find something that helps you deal with the pressures of real life, it gets a little bit hard to live outside of it. And not in terms of, you know, however you want to take it. Because, you know, some people treat things like that as if it's weird to find peace and comfort in being close to something. But like even with me, when I read the Bible, it always says the most peace is staying cleaved to God, staying close, being able to get an understanding, reading the word, staying in touch, bringing a spirit and connection of. So this kind of gives that same energy of once you find faith and find your peace in something, you want to be able to be fully immersed, like fully submerged inside of it. That way you can continuously move forward with that new confidence, with that new understanding. And he uses like some other lines that kind of drew it as well, saying like, your name is a sin I breathe like oxygen, caught in the careless arms of lust again. That's just really speaking on the experiences out there being in the world, dealing with real life situations in the way that you usually deal with circumstances as they come your way. That draws into what's coming into the Sundowning, because it talks about him dealing with a relationship that was toxic, a relationship that just didn't work because he didn't know how to make it work. When you're the type of person that you're not cleaved close to your faith and staying connected to things that keep you positive and on the right track, it's easy to lose yourself in worldly pleasures. It's easy to get caught up in it and feel like a fly stuck to a spider web. That's the best way I can draw it. But this song just gives me that impression of he's building kind of like a strong connection or like a dependence on his faith in this deity. And this is like the whole experience of what that situation is like, trying to learn how to bring those two worlds together instead of having them exclusively apart and not being able to lean on one side for the other to bring you comfort. That's what I get from it. The last song is called When the Bough Breaks. Let's get into it. We get those lyrics up. You can stay alive. Just tell me that you notice. Even in the dark, the way you left to breathe in. Sometimes when we touch everything we love, we sense it's only just enough, even when we're out with death. I like the way this song is being sung. We can be released, flowing over sorrow days. We can stay suspended, even when the bough breaks. Sometimes when we touch everything we love, we sense it's only just enough, even when we're out with yeah, that's hard. Like, even with this song right here, right? Listening to what's going on so far and just the vibe, this seems like a song that rolls perfectly off of the last one, explaining the situation of what it's like to feel separated from sleep, But also this song seems to kind of be talking about a lot of themes that are coming on the Sundowning as well. This seems to just talk about being inside of that toxic relationship and just it not working. I talk a lot about that in the video, so I won't overly dive into it. I want y'all to enjoy that explanation. But this seems like the starting point of what it was like being inside that relationship that he's talking about throughout that entire album. It seems like he's coming from a place of just saying, like, you know, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of being in a situation where we don't understand each other. We don't know how to coexist, and we don't know how to be happy. Not even just together, but we don't know how to be happy as individuals. So it seems more and more impossible to know how to be healthily in love at this point. I'm at a stage in my life with the other two songs where it's like I'm finding new meaning. I'm finding new purpose. I'm finding new confidence and a reason to look for more. But at the same time, that doesn't change that where we are in the moment, we let our circumstances and baggage from the past determine where our destination was going from the beginning. We already packed the bags for where we thought we were going. But now that we're here and now that I'm looking at it from a different outlook, I'm able to step back and be like, fuck, this shit isn't right. It isn't going the way that we know it should be. And it's like, it's easy to be in a situation where you'd rather stay in something that doesn't work than be alone. That's a trait that a lot of humans share. So, you know. I knew it was going to end like that. I love that because let me kind of draw what I mean by that. I want to gather it before I say it. So when it comes to like film and TV, even down to the the small, minute details that most people might not pay attention to are the things that add so much value to the overall piece of art that's being distributed. Like, for example, color grading, the choice of colors that they use in TV and movies to give across the emotion that's supposed to be conveyed in a scene. Or if a movie's about, let's say, a war or about murder or about whatever, the choice of colors are supposed to add an effect in pushing that story. Even if it's something that they know most people won't even pay attention to, the feeling that certain types of warm and cool colors give you also do something to your brain. So like, art is like a full circle spectrum that everything matters. And I like to pay attention and give that sort of respect to everything that I listen to or I watch, because as an artist myself, I know how important it is to want your art to be understood in the way it was intended. Now, I say all of that to say I like the fact that this song talks about what I talked about. It seems like a relationship that they both have trouble being without. It's something like being caught up in a cycle of toxic love. That's what the song gives. But I like the fact that the instrumentation and the music that plays throughout the instrumental breaks gives the energy of what it's like to be in like a toxic relationship. It feels like it. It's harsh, it's angry, it's loud, it's mean. It's something that it gives that aggressive emotion that kind of pushes forth the narrative that the song and the lyrics give in itself. I like the fact that it gave that aggressiveness. That's the type of score that you would see in a movie where there's no lines, but you have a couple that might be fighting inside of a bathroom at a club, or they're arguing because he just saw her dancing with another guy in the club, or he drags her outside, or they're in the house and they slamming doors and breaking vases. You know what I'm saying? It gives that energy and intensity that I feel like adds an overall picture. To me, a song comes full circle when you're able to feel and get a full picture of what's being conveyed without even seeing a music video for it. That's what makes it powerful. And I think Vessel has a way of putting these songs together. Him and Two, between the drums and all of the other instrumentation, they put this shit together beautifully. And I for one, appreciate the effort in making this such a full circle moment for the listener. That's a very commendable thing. But for the sake of not talking way too much, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you stay in tune every time we drop a banger like this. I'm going to put the QR code to our Patreon right here. Again, shout out to all of our patrons for your continued support. Now, once again, if you enjoyed this video, 2 and the deluxe version of the Sundowning are both streaming on our Patreon right now as you're watching this. So if you just watched one and you like, damn, this motherfucker's spitting, and you want to see my thoughts on Calcutta and Nazareth and Jericho, they're already streaming up here. So make sure you show love to this video if that's something that, you know, you want me to continue going down that track and just speaking about the music in a different type of way. But yeah, on top of that, I know we talked about it a little bit more recently, but all of the subscribers that we're starting to gain, we want to open up our platform to be able to help push up and coming artists. So if you're an artist that has singles or you have albums that you want to hear our perspective on, you want to hear us talk about the themes that you might have been trying to get across in the music, make sure you reach out. We have our email for business inquiries down in the description below. Make sure you reach out via email so we can figure something out and just help start that transition. We want to open it up so people have just a piece of our platform to be able to get some more perspective on their art. That's the most beautiful thing, and I think we owe it to the people that support us. You guys help us, so it's important that we do it right back to you guys. But yeah, that's all I got to say. Make sure y'all scan that QR code, man. We got some shit going on over there, and the next album we're gonna be doing is This Place Will Become Your Tomb. So if you're excited for that, make sure you comment down below. Let me know what's your favorite songs on that upcoming album that I'm gonna be listening to, and we'll see how it goes when I get there. But until next time, I go by the name of 5. Peace.
How does this go? You wanna know? You've never been here before. Go with the flow.